Alright guys, so like I said, it's Mr. Variety here. Um, this is not the best phone which I'm recording on, so I'm not sure how this is going to come up, how well you can see things, but we're gonna go for it here. Um, okay, that looks to me like it isn't too bad. Um, this is the street I grew up on, so just so happened that hitting the 500 today, I was in town and heard a quote. I'll give credits to Jeff Jarrett. Obviously, I do a lot of WWE content. He's a wrestler, Double J, and he's got a quote. He says, "I like." Says he doesn't believe in coincidences, rather convergences. So it's kind of what I see this as, like not a coincidence. I happen to be in when I wanted to do something like this, rather a convergence of time. So, anyways, I probably butchered that, but hopefully some of you got it. So, as I was saying on that film, you can tell it's a little rural, suburban-ish neighborhood. And this is the actual street that I grew up on. And I said if you go up that street, we'll make a right here at the end, and then a left, and then that is where that bridge was at. I'm assuming it's still there. This is, as I said on that kind of sneak peek video. And hopefully you guys, if you saw that, you went back and watched those two that I posted in the stream to kind of catch you up. Because you are going to hear some, the Nick Carter channel within me. And then know about that challenge from Walmart. Well, singing challenge, not necessarily Walmart, that I hope to get up very, very soon. So, just a lot of things going on. Like I said, I don't want to give excuses. I'm not one to do that, but there are more reasons, I think, than excuses. Like, really not anything trying to avoid, rather just life happening right now. And it's good stuff. I'm not complaining, but anyway, if you watch those and when you hear that at the end, then hopefully you guys will leave in the comments whether or not you think I, quote, won that competition number 2. And you also know about this. So if you didn't, I'll just quickly summarize. So when I was probably 9 or so, there's a bridge up here that was very popular amongst young adults to hang out and I guess smoke, drink, I'm not sure, whatever. I just know some stuff went on down there. My brother didn't come home when he was supposed to, like one night. Me and my mom went out walking, thinking he may have been underneath there, and there was a car parked on this hill you're about to see, and it got very scary from there. I don't want to completely retell it. A little bit freaked out right now, I'm not even gonna lie. This is bringing back a lot of memories. So yeah, I think the last time I made this walk was when that happened, to my recollection. I do not remember walking this. So here is the right hand turn I mentioned, and this looks like a dirt road, I think, on this camera, as you see my shadow there. It's not a dirt road, but a camera is one of those devices. I said I'm going all in with this. The amount of subscribers you guys are keep blessing me with on a daily basis is literally blowing me away. So I'm gonna try to upgrade equipment, upgrade sound, and just let's see where this goes. At the live, I'll share a little bit more about. You might be thinking, well, when you got a job, how you gonna do this? So I was a school teacher, resigned. My dream was to start a personal training business. So didn't teach very long, resigned, and pursued that dream, did open it, and it's actually done pretty well. Working on getting 3 supplements approved, so hopefully that will come, and ultimately maybe those are get sold here on YouTube. Okay, here's the end of that street. Now when I turn left, and I am sorry for that lighting, guys. It is very poor. Let me try zooming. Okay, there we go. So at the end of this street, you can kind of faintly see way past those stop signs. I'll walk a little further, but way past those stop sign, that stop sign there is the hill. That was the hill that the car, so as soon as we turned on here, oh my gosh, wow. This is, I hope, turns out okay. If not, I'll redo it, because this is pretty, I don't know what to describe it as. Like, just my hair on my arms are, well, being a competitive bodybuilder, you don't have much hair on your arms, but so I've got goosebumps. So just thinking about that. So when I turned on this, there was a car that was headlights on, that if you listen to Scary Story number 4, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's where it was, right at the end of that. So right up here, looks like the bridge is still there. So in the story where I say we turned right immediately, so about right here, there's that stop sign. About right here is when we saw it was coming at us at a pretty high speed. We ran over here. There's a little, it's like outdoor apartments, you guys can see there. And again, I'm hoping this turns out clear enough to where you guys can at least see. And this is a little parking lot here. And right there, probably right of this car, is the car that we hid behind. Oh my gosh, what a night. And this road right here was the road that he did his multiple rounds on driving by, and would come to basically a complete stop right in front of that car that we were at. So if you see, the lot has several other spots, but he would pretty much stop right where we were at. I'm gonna walk down here and see if that bridge is still here. So after about that 4th lap, like I said on that video, now I think you can see the hill a little bit better maybe. It eventually, sorry, I believe there's a car doing laps around me right now. It's a little eerie, so wasn't expecting that. But you can see that hill a lot more clearly now, where he was sitting right when we turned. That dead ends on that hill. Wow. If I'm you and watching this, I just love true scary stories like this. I would, this would be my kind of channel, I guess. Like, I told you that I try to find pictures that reminisce it, and now you're seeing the actual footage of. And here is that bridge. I said it wasn't a bridge if you think of like water underneath, but more of just a branches, leaves type thing. So you see there's no water, just more of a dip. And they would literally go underneath this, and very popular hangout spot. There is that hill once again. I think some more lights came on, or right there is where the car was sitting with those headlights on when we turned. So went around a few blocks. That is the actual bridge. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm not exaggerating one bit when I say I think this is the first time I've seen that bridge since that night. This was just, yeah, I was only 9 or 10, so yeah, I was in the area. We didn't move or anything as a child for quite some time. I'm gonna head back, but just, you might be thinking, well, you're only 9 or 10, you never went. I just, really, all my friends were on my street or to the right. I try to turn this to the right. I promise if I do another night video like this, I will have a better camera. I've got the flashlight on as bright as it will go, and this is all you're able to see, but hopefully you've been able to see the major things. But my friends were just not on this area. I really had no need to go this path, like, so it wasn't like a major reason why. And that car up there is the car that I believe has gone about 4 rounds now around me. Maybe he's mad that I'm filming, and maybe we'll get some unexpected footage. I'm gonna turn this bright light off. That's probably not allowed. Yeah, he's stopping, it looks like. Waiting on me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like spooked out on that end. I'm more thinking it might be a cop or something, just seeing if I'm up to no good. But that's why I was never out this way that I can remember. It just simply was, I didn't really have any friends that I hung out with in this side of the city. It was more, I had a lot of kids. I was very fortunate. I had a lot of kids. I have no idea why that car is still sitting there like that. But I had a lot of kids that were my age and that were actual friends in school and outside of school. Play basketball, so they play basketball as well. So that's what we do a lot in our free time. I think he's just waiting on somebody at the house. But what's the odds of another car sitting with headlights on like that? But I just never was on that side. So I could have driven over it at some point. But to my knowledge, you just saw the first time I've been at that bridge, the exact location of the scariest night in my life. So after that third or fourth, as that video says, we were dead sprinting this path back to there. And looking at the time on the video, it was about a 7 minute, which is what I kind of guessed at. All right, so as I walk back with that, you got to see real footage, hopefully. I'm not going to edit this, so if it didn't turn out well when I get the new equipment, which may or may not have already been ordered, I will reshoot that just so you see. Even if it's during the day, I might even do it with this one if it's going to be a while, just so you see the real actual stuff that was mentioned in that story. I don't know. I think it's cool when you're watching Unsolved Mysteries or something. It says underneath like actual footage, like actual scenes. So tie that up. And then actually I could show you that store. Wow. That little carryout store from Scary Story number 1. If you're a long time viewer of the channel or recently and listened to it, the Scary Story number 1 of almost being kidnapped, this is that carryout at the end of the street that happened at. And like I said on the Scary Story number 4, that was the most scared I've ever been. I'm sure I'm scary all the time, but that was probably the most scared I've ever been. The kidnapping one probably had the potential for the longest repercussions had things gone bad, but it was more, like I said, I didn't realize it at the time, so it wasn't scary. Even when the cops were at my house and all that going on, if you listen to Scary 1, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I just really wasn't scared. I really didn't know what was going on. Then by the time I was old enough to know, it was more just like, oh, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. Like, so that was the most scared I've been. All right, so challenge number 2. I'll give you guys an update on that. It has been filmed. You can see with this phone I'm using, it's not the best phone, not the newest phone. I did not like the sound quality and it's not the singing part, but you can't hear a lot. Like, so I'm not like, oh, I sound horrible on it. So the challenge was and it did end up being a Walmart. I had a buddy in my car filming, and I would ask customers coming in or out if they would mind listening to me sing a little bit. And if they said yes, I let them know they were on camera. So I think, but the camera I said is hidden camera because I didn't want them looking in a certain direction. And I believe holding the camera in front of somebody, they're just going to act differently. So I wanted out of respect to let them know, but also did not want them to act. I wanted them to be as normal as possible. So it did get a gem, one guy. But the sound is just, you can't really hear any of the discussions, like what they said. But the challenge was I had to get 3 to agree to hear me, and 2 of those 3 had to say yes for me to win the challenge. Yes, they would have pushed the button if I sang that on The Voice and they were a judge. So that was challenge number 2. Each week there's a posting of 4 options, and I'll let you guys pick which challenge you would like me to try. And ideally this is going to be kept up week to week. I know I've gotten off, and again, I don't want to get into the whys because that's excuses, and I will hopefully prove that I'm not one like that. But we'll get that back on track. So I completed it. You can't hear much. I'll just be honest with you. Like, you see the interactions. I mean, I think it can be so much better if redone and you can hear all the interactions. Because like I said, one guy that you might describe rhymes with bedneck probably stole the show. He won the Grammy. So if I lost the first challenge, which was turning all right, making only right-hand turns, that is up. That did not go very well, but you guys did get to see spaceships. And then the one that you guys have voted on is I'll be going through drive-thrus, plan to record that very soon, and asking if they'll put a half a pound of bacon on a cheeseburger. So, and when I put the sneak peek up from that, I will put this, I don't think I've said it yet, but I think 3 out of 5 would be winning it. I think that's fair. If I can get 3 out of 5 to agree, then I've won that challenge. So right now I'm 0-1. And that is the carry out of the, if you're like me, you've got eerie vibes right now just thinking that is the exact location of Scary Story number 1. They had a couple arcades in there, and that is where that took place. The white van sat about where those ice machines are at. And as I was coming out, that's when the gentleman asked the question. So, sneak peek. So I will give you a snippet of, it was, I Want It That Way. Every time someone would say yes, that's the song I would sing. So, give you a little sneak peek of it now. And you guys might have a better, I wonder if 2 out of 3 said yeah. You are my fire, the one desire. All right. I really hope no one's outside on their porch right now and heard that. But so now that might make things more or less interesting to you. Like, I wonder if he won or not. But if you guys will be patient with me on that, I would like to film that again. May get better or worse reactions, I don't know. But if I put it up, you're going to see me. It might be funny if I put subtitles up. I don't know. I've played around with different ideas. I just think this challenge thing is going to be a big part of this channel. And I think that could be a golden opportunity that we miss on if I were to post it as is. So I'm walking back up my driveway now. I know it's really dark. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. And I said I would not edit, so I'm going to post this. I don't know how it's going to look, but I will show you those locations during the day. It won't have the same effect until I get the better equipment. Guys, I can't thank you enough, honestly, if you're still listening, especially for this surge. It's unbelievable. We're averaging over 20 a day for 3 consecutive weeks. I'm just humbled. That's all I can say. So, love you all. Doing a live soon. I want you guys to know me as a person. Name is not Mr. The first name is not Mr. So, like a Q&A type thing, I just have a fear, like I've mentioned on those, nobody's showing up. So, I would like to get some people responding. Yes, I'd definitely be there this day and time. And if I get 3, I get 3. I can we'll build from that. But also asking a couple buddies to kind of maybe one. I'd like to have another. This is a lot. My idea that's coming is a lot for one person. I'm going to need some help. So I'm hoping to find someone as dedicated and all in as this as I am. With having the business gives me some luxury of kind of a lot control my schedule. So it's very possible to make this stuff happen. I kind of looking for someone that's willing to take that leap of faith with me, though. That's a lot to ask, I know. So, but schedule coming soon. And love you guys again. Miss Friday out.